It's Thursday, Parshas Kisaitzai, Zion, Elul Tuvshin Paivuv, August 20, 2026. My name is Gershy Schwarcz, and I'm back to tell you some news on Edge.
Your daily report of the news of the last 24 hours, powered by Yiddish 24, provided to you by The Click.
President Trump announced an economic D-Day, doomsday, against Iran, and the UAE immediately cuts off trade. Well, is it because of that? I don't know. Israeli commandos capture a network of terror tunnels in southern Lebanon. The President Trump publicly reveals exactly how many nuclear bombs North Korea has, and demanding a meeting with Kim Jong-un. And here at home, ICE agents arrest an Orthodox Jewish business owner in New Jersey. All that and much more coming up. But first, Kosher skinny shot. Well, I told you many times already, when it comes to taking the shots, I know you're thinking about going on a healthy new lifestyle, and you want to take the shots because you think it's going to help you maintain that balance, that kosher balance, so you need the shots. Well, a lot of people do that. You can do it on your own, but you won't have the guidance. And there's risks and stuff that you need to know about, and you need someone to stand with you and guide you throughout the way. None better than Kosher Skinny Shots. 845-456-8924. Again, the number is 845-456-8924. Visit them on kosherskinnyshots.com. Or you can enter to win a one free month with Kosher Skinny Shot by calling me on 845-671-1775. You press that number 5, and you leave your name and telephone number very clearly after the beep and say Kosher Skinny Shot on Edge, and you will enter to win a free month with Kosher Skinny Shot. All right, shall we continue the news? Yes, we shall continue the news. Okay. President Trump announced a huge new plan to fight Iran using money and trade. Well, he called it an economic D-Day, which basically means a major financial attack. He's going after oil smuggling, moving cash, and ship paperwork. He warned that any country or bank doing business with Iran will face harsh punishments.
Be extremely good and oil prices are going to drop like a rock, or we'll continue to do exactly what we're doing. They were talking about $350 a barrel.
The warning had an immediate effect, obviously, on some countries. Well, first of all, the United Arab Emirates stopped all trade and money deals with Iran right after 2 ballistic missiles were shot towards their ships in the Gulf. But no damage and injuries have been reported, but I don't think it had anything to do with Trump's statement, though the media likes to spin things around. I'm telling you the news. I told you the news yesterday, so yeah, something is off a little bit. I'm not sure they did that as a result. Okay, out on the Strait of Hormuz, the US military is running a massive secret mission to keep global oil moving. By the way, going back to what I said before, you know who you got to watch? You got to watch Qatar. Qatar is fishy business there. Yeah. All right. So President Trump ordered a protect nighttime corridor right along the coast of Oman, keeping the ships out of Iran's reach. Every night, the military groups 15 to 20 oil ships into oil ships into one large line and safely guides them through the secret hidden passageway on the Oman coast through the water there. This stealth operation, meaning to say secret operation, is moving about 10 million barrels of oil every single day, and on some nights as well, up to 20 million barrels. U.S. Navy forces are also keeping up the blockade. This stops Iranian ships from moving out or in. Yes, about 330 U.S. sailors on the USS John Paul Jones warships are enforcing this naval blockade on Iran. They have turned away 65 Iranian commercial ships. They broke 3 of the ships and climbed onto 2 others. Now, earlier this week, US forces shot down 8 Iranian drones and 2 cruise missiles, those fast-flying missiles. The American blockade is obviously kind of working, I would say. Yeah, it's working. Iran's central bank governor, Nasser Hemeti, confirmed that Iranian oil sales to other countries have completely stopped. Iranian officials are responding with threats, as you can imagine, obviously. Senior Iranian lawmaker Ibrahim Azizi warned that Iran is watching every American move. He demanded that U.S. forces leave the area immediately. Iranian state television even started a public collection, thinking to gather money to murder and kill President Trump. Yes. So far, they've raised about 100 million tomans. That's about $530 US. Anyway, reports say Iran is threatening to attack United States military bases in Europe as well. Well, the threat is a warning of what will happen if President Trump expands the current war. Officials in Tehran say they want to send a clear message to European countries, including the UK, that Iranian missiles can reach them. Yes, in response, they're right about that. In response, NATO says it is ready to defend its allies. The military group announced it is prepared to act if Iran tries to strike any bases across Europe. That's the American military group, the military alliance. Moving to Israel news now. Okay, Israeli special forces have taken over a group of Hezbollah tunnels at Talit Ali al-Tahir in southern Lebanon. The ground attack by the Magen unit happened right about after 10 bombings. 10 bombs dropped from the air overnight. The bombs hit the Ali al-Tahir mountain edge and the nearby village of Kfar Ramman. The military reportedly use bunker buster bombs, weapons that drill through concrete about, I don't know how many feet, over 200 feet, before they actually explode. First they drill through, boom, 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 go through inside the tunnels. Troops found command rooms, spy paper, weapons meant to basically destroy tanks, and also equipment to launch drones. Heavy cannon fire continues hitting the mountain edge straight through the night and into the morning. It was very heavy. Israel is also continuing its strikes against Hamas in Gaza. Now, as we reported yesterday, Washington gave approval to keep going. A security official says the military will keep stopping threats and will not pull back until the threat is completely and finally over. The Israeli government is demanding that the process of taking away the weapons in Gaza begins October 7th, ironically. Reports say Israel wants the giving up of the weapons to start on a specific date, obviously, like October 7th. They want it to begin exactly on the anniversary of the 2023 Hamas massacre. That's what they wanted to happen. U.S. Ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee, says that Washington is working on a new plan that involves to aim stop any fighting between Israel, Turkey, and Syria. Potential fighting between Turkey and Syria. During a security update, Huckabee noted Hamas has not handed over a single weapon yet. He said President Trump might think about using the military to attack Iran. On the ground, you never know. That's speculations, obviously. He also spoke about the nations in the recently formed Mecca alliance. That's Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Pakistan. And they are not looking to start any wars, obviously, that new alliance. The Israeli military is opening its first police investigation into the soldiers over the Gaza war. Major General Itai Ophir reviewed over 150 cases and narrowed them down to 5 cases. One is the February 2024 death of a 5-year-old girl and her family. The second is a May 2025 strike on Rafah that killed 15 Islamic Red Cross workers. 2 other cases ended with a private military punishment. Obviously, the 5th case was closed without criminal charges. That was the April 2024 strike, killing 7 World Central KitchenAid workers who were Palestinians and citizens of Britain, Poland, America, and Canada. Soldiers mistook the group's unannounced armed guards for Hamas terrorists after trying to call the aid group for 30 minutes. And they didn't answer. The United States and allies strongly criticized the strike, and Australia called in an Israeli representative for a meeting. National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir toured a new building under construction in central Israel. This is a place where guilty terrorists will be hanged. The building includes a waiting area and a hanging setup in the center. It has also safe rooms where surviving victims and their families can watch. Ben-Gvir posted a video from the site saying terrorists deserve only death by hanging. He drew attention to the project ahead of the October 27th national elections. The Knesset passed the death penalty law for terrorists in March by a vote of 62 to 48. It was written by a member of Ben-Gvir's party whose husband was killed in an attack by Hamas. Israeli military police tried to arrest a yeshiva bucher in Bat Yam overnight over the Gzeres Hagias. But they failed, obviously. They gave up after dozens of protesters surrounded the house. Officers arrived after midnight on Hamapa'alim Street to arrest this young man. Activists from the Peleg Yerushalmi sent out their emergency alert. They have like an emergency alert, special alert they send out and everyone comes running. That brought out a large crowd which made the officers obviously leave. This arrest attempt comes just one day after a major order from Attorney General Gali, whatever Maria her name is. She ordered the military and police to start arresting Haredim Bochurim who do not join the army again. She restarted the thing. Anyway, let's talk about something more juicier. I would say something that goes Maim has just launched its new organic soda, the healthiest, most honest soda on the kosher shelf. You probably think soda is just soda. Well, it's that drink that goes when you open it up, right? And it really has that. It hasn't really changed in decades, you think, right? No one actually has taken soda to the next level. Well, Maim Kishmoy Kain Hu, alive, Chaim, for years have been studying, researching, and working to figure out how to make soda junk-free while keeping that great fun taste that Maim is known for. Well, they were the first to broaden the range of kosher flavors, the first to introduce clean sodas without aspartame, the common artificial sweetener that, instead of sugar. The first to update the machines that make the new physiology, the gas that everyone loves about Maim Chaim, and the first to offer alternatives to harsher ingredients. Now, after years in development, they are introducing something totally new to the kosher market, a full line of organically sweetened junk-free sodas. Maim Chaim Organic is all about what stayed out of the bottle. No artificial citric acid, no artificial sugar, no bleached sugar, no artificial colors, and no preservatives. The biggest global brands would love to say the same about their drinks, but none of them think like Maim Chaim. I'll add something of my own. He didn't ask me to say. Support your Jewish brothers and sisters. Support your Jewish brands. Available in your local grocery store, right where soda is sold. Maim Chaim. The United Kingdom is preparing special money punishments, sanctions, yes, against people involved in new Israeli housing projects. The project is in the E1 area between Jerusalem and Ma'ale Adumim, if you know where that is, right? Israel recently published contracts to build 1,400 new homes on the land. British Foreign Secretary Ed Miliband, the new one actually, called an Israeli official for the meeting on Wednesday about this. He demanded that Israel cancel the project. He said the project would separate the West Bank from East Jerusalem. Now, Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Saar rejected the demand. He called the British statement stuck up. He pointed out that the UK still controls its own lands far away as well, so they can't mix in. Okay, talking about other lighter news. Israel, now in time for travel for Yom Tov, has secured permission from the United States government to start selling tickets for flights to New York. Well, I guess competition to halal. The Department of Transportation approved the sales on Wednesday. The airline is still waiting for the final approval from the Flight Safety Agency to actually fly the plane. Because of the wait, Israel is currently only selling tickets for flights starting in October 2027. In a year from now. Oh, wow. The airline says it will move the launch date up if the final approval comes in earlier. Well, we'll see. Israel and Colombia are officially becoming friendly again after 2 years of heavy, they broke off connections. The Colombian government broke off connections. Starting September 1st, travelers from both countries will no longer need visas, which are the special entry papers that used to be required. Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Saar finished making the deals with Colombia's foreign minister. This followed the election of Colombian President, whatever, I can't pronounce his name. The new Colombian government recently accepted Israeli control over the Golan Heights. Also, they announced plans to move their main office to Jerusalem, which is the parliament office. Now, the not parliament office, the embassy, I guess. A 7.4 magnitude earthquake hit Colombia on Monday, right? Killing more than 314 people. Well, I've been away on vacation, so I haven't been here reporting the news, so this is what happened on Monday. Destroying close to 1,600 buildings and injuring close to 900. This disaster comes right as neighboring Venezuela is dealing with the aftermath of its own recently deadly earthquakes that claimed the lives of 6,438 and destroyed 59,109 buildings. Now, the Israeli military, as you know, sent special teams to save and find people. So President Espriella publicly thanked Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for sending the help to find the people in those rubble. Russia, let's walk to Russia. Ukraine fired more than 25 heavy rockets at Ukraine's capital city of Kiev on this morning. The strikes killed at least 15 people. The attack lasted just 20 minutes. Russian and North Korean rockets hit apartment buildings in large storage buildings. Between 33 and 34 people were hurt, and the strikes caused fires across the city. Ukraine could not stop this attack. The military is completely out of Patriot air defense missiles, the weapons used to shoot down incoming rockets, and they get that from the Americans, right? Americans haven't provided more. Videos from the city showed at least 2 North Korean missiles hitting Kiev directly, provided by North Korea to Russia. Another rocket left a massive hole in the ground in a neighborhood just outside the city. let's talk about your tasks. You know, when it comes to whether you're an accountant, a businessman, salesperson, or let's say Manal Gashmi or running any business, you know, Besmedrish, whatever it is, you need one simple place to keep everyone on track. Forget complicated CRMs, endless spreadsheets. Tasks Joy, with an S at the end, Tasks Joy, gives you, the whole team, an easy shared task board with ready-made templates, built-in chat, and automatic translation. Let's say you have a Spanish team outside, you know, doing some work. They don't speak your language, so you can speak in English, chat in English, while they understand it in Spanish. And they can text you in Spanish, and you'll see it in English. Or whatever it is, up to 40 languages. Your staff can even claim open tasks on their own, saving you time every single day. Carry out your tasks with joy. Try Tasks Joy for free, 10 days with mentioning on Edge, exclusive on Edge special, Tasks Joy, TASKSJOI.com. All right. North Korea fired 10 heavy rockets into the sea on Thursday, okay, as an experiment, I guess. Japan's defense ministry followed the weapons, tracked them. They flew about 320 kilometers before landing in the water with no damage reported. The launch happened just as President Donald J. Trump gave a new order. He ordered the military to cut down its shared practice drills with South Korea. The U.S. practiced together with South Korea. President Trump said he has a good relationship with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, and he said he didn't want to run massive military drills against him. President Trump also became the first American official to publicly state something huge. He said exactly how large North Korea's collection of nuclear bombs are. I guess he knows something we don't. So he announced that the country has 57 nuclear weapons. South Korea's defense ministry guesses the real number is between 80 and 120 nuclear bombs. President Trump is reportedly asking his helpers to set up an in-person meeting with Kim Jong-un this fall. This would be to restart discussions about the bombs. In response, North Korea quickly rejected this idea. Kim Jong-un's sister, as you know, he's training his sister right now to take over, I guess, just in case he goes, released a statement saying there are no secret talks with the United States. She said she does not know about any contact with Trump. She also stated that North Korea does not need a major meeting now between its leaders. 7 people were killed in a helicopter crash in Kenya on Wednesday. How terrible. The victims include 5 Americans and the head of a spy agency from Ecuador. It was an awful crash. It killed all of them. The aircraft was, I think, a Eurocopter EC-130 Safari helicopter, known to a lot of people in the safari, I guess, travel industry, trips, that kind of thing. Anyway, it was carrying guests from a fancy safari company called And Beyond, not Bed Bath and Beyond, and just the And Beyond. Ecuador's head spy, Michael Sensi, whatever his name is, I think, Michele Sensi Contugi died in the crash along with his Rebbitzin, with his wife. Okay, let's continue to the next thing, lemonade. So, you don't need much when you are in the country because you don't have to worry about groceries because you have lemonade. I know when I have lemonade, today is Thursday, you gotta go shopping for Shabbos. They have everything. The widest selection that a Jew would need for Shabbos, for anywhere, for any day. It doesn't make a difference. They also have, if you want to just stop by the Zaftig, tasty, delicious deli, and as well they have a cafe, they have sushi, they have the best produce, by the way, in the industry there, the best, freshest produce. Try out lemonade. And also they accept EBT. Why not? Call them to make an order, 845-218-1244. You can visit them. Write down the number, okay? 261 North Main Street, Liberty, New York. Okay, again, 261 North Main Street, Liberty, New York. That's Lemonade Supermarket. You can order that on the website as well. Email them, orders@lemonadesupermarket.com, or go to lemonadesupermarket.com. Again, the number is 845-218-1244. Why not mention that you heard on Edge? And if you want to advertise on Edge with us, you can call my number, 845-671-1775. And press 5, and you can leave. Press 5 is for leaving feedback, but press 1 to speak to one of our representatives, and we'll take care of you. All right, ICE immigration officers arrested an Orthodox Jewish business owner and his mother in Teaneck, New Jersey, yesterday. The man is known as Rabbi Ladina. He is originally from Colombia and owns a bridal clothing store in the area. Members of the community say this breaks the president's promise to only arrest people who committed crimes. Local activists are now working with lawyers and are trying to raise money to pay for a legal battle so he can stay in America. I don't know if Mike Lawler is involved in this case, but usually Mike Lawler is the guy who is involved in such cases, and he helps and saves so many Jewish lives, by the way. You should know Mike Lawler is running now for re-election for his seat. Just saying to you that. I know personally of many, many stories, personal people that he helped. He's a great representative for our Jewish brothers and sisters. Just saying. So when you go out and vote, just have this in mind. Mike Lawler says his election rival, by the way, they're going very strong against him, so just saying, we need him in office. We need him to represent us in Washington. So Mike Lawler says his election rival, Kate Conley, is refusing to join public debates. She's refusing. He asked for a debate. She does want a debate. And Mike Lawler has a pisk. He knows how to debate. Just saying, the two are running now against each other in the New York City suburbs. The specific race could decide which political party controls the House of Representatives. This will be decided this upcoming elections, midterm elections, November. Vice President J.D. Vance raised over $5 million at a money-collecting event, a fundraiser event in New York on Wednesday evening. Vice President J.D. Vance is expected to decide if he'll run for president in 2028. He will make this choice sometime after the November midterm elections. Voters in Florida and Alaska chose their candidates on Tuesday in local party votes as well. Several well-known political figures lost. Alexander Vidman lost his local party vote in Florida. Now, let me tell you about this. President Trump celebrated the loss, obviously. He called Vidman a treason creep, which means he thinks he is a traitor. Florida Congressman Corey Mills also lost his local party vote. President Trump said he told Mills to stop running, but Mills refused. Ryan Elijah had the president's full support, and he won the party vote instead. Yep. Four Jewish members of Congress won their local party votes in Florida as well. Republican Congressman Randy Fine, yes, he's a Jewish boy, won his race against two challengers, including rejected Jew hater and someone who openly loves Hitler, who happens to be, by the way, he hates Jews, openly hates Jews. He wants to kill these. He says openly, I want to kill every single Jew. Give me a gun, I'll go to this and I'll go start killing Jews. That's what he said, openly. This is Dan Bilzerian. Crazy guy, obviously. You know, there's a lot of crazy people. I guess that's what they call normal today. No, it's the new normal. Dan Bilzerian, by the way, which they found, he himself found, he's 33% Jewish. Yep, it always ends up being this way, huh? Nick Fuentes also found out that he's somehow Jewish. Anyway, on the Democratic side, Congressman Jared Moshkowitz defeated a challenger named Oliver Larkin. Larkin is a socialist, which means he supports the government control of money and property. Doesn't support the normal, living. Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Louis Frankel also won their local party votes. The Trump government team is trying to get back $34 million. This was COVID emergency money that went to famous people and entertainment industry. On Tuesday, the Small Business Administration, the SBA, sent out those owed money files to the Treasury Department. This was done so the government can collect the money. This is the first time these specific pandemic debts have been sent to the Treasury to be collected. This money originally came from a program meant to help small theaters and art businesses survive the COVID lockdowns, but it went to famous music artists and rich managers instead. Okay, the $9 toll fee to drive into Manhattan, well, didn't clean the air exactly. I'd say that. 1 second, here it is, yeah. A new health department study looked at the traffic of South 60th Street. They found 11% fewer cars drove into the area, but the air quality stayed exactly the same. Governor Kathy Hochul claimed in January that dirty air dropped 20%. The city's new report says that is not true. Opponents say the fee was just a way to raise money for the MTA. A gold mine collapsed in the western part of Central Africa Republic. Local authorities say they have pulled 107 bodies from the rubble. Video footage showing the collapse has been released. Search teams are still going through the dirt and debris to see if they can find any survivors. The United States national debt just hit $40 trillion for the first time. Speaking of gold mine falling apart, the number is growing faster than expected. Just 4 years ago, the debt was at $30 trillion. Back in 2017, when Trump became president, it was $20 trillion. Well, the government continues to spend more money than it brings in. Because of the massive borrowing, the costs of paying interests on that debt is also going up, obviously. Well, Trump keeps on saying that he brought in 17 trillion. How much? $18 trillion into the American economy. You'll see that plays out. If that actually means something. A small aeroplane collided in the air with a Pennsylvania State Police helicopter. The crash happened near the runway at the Carlisle Regional Airport. The pilot of the small plane was killed. 2 state troopers who were inside the helicopter were injured. Investigators are now looking into what caused the 2 aircrafts to hit each other. Moderna and Merck announced that a new custom treatment stops skin cancer from coming back. Interesting. The treatment is an mRNA therapy, unlike chemotherapy, which destroys cells. This new drug trains the body's immune system to find the specific mutations that cause the tumors. The companies said that the custom treatment could be available for sale next year. It could also lead to similar vaccines for kidney, bladder, and pancreas cancers. Stock prices went up after the news. Moderna shares went up 177%, and Merck shares went up 12.6%. Okay, my friends at YS Capital Group, Shawarma Delight, have told me that now, if you go in today, Thursday, you can still chapa mincha marav there tonight at the marketplace. They have the tent set up. You can still chapa mincha marav and have some yatshuk and shulent, jachnun, and as well they sell the best lamb shawarma. Ask them if they have some there. It's great shawarma. Call them on 845-272-0011 to bestell yours. Make sure you bestell it in time. Or you can go to sdny.store. Mention on Edge, get a free drink, anything. Maybe you get some Maim Chayim sodas there. Organic ones, and if they have it, if they sell it, and of course, obviously, YS Capital Group. Don't want to skip the, YS Capital Group. Why? If you want to invest, right? You want to have an investment. You buy an investment. How do you buy investments? You buy a building. You need the money. Problem is money. Where do you get some? Kesef minolon. So YS Capital Group has the exact dollar amount that you need through a loan, which they can give you without any closing costs. Call them on 718-831-2168. Then you have Arrive Express, famous taxi company. Arrive Express, 845-622-1111, 845-254-1111. They actually arrive on time. You call them, they're here in a minute. It's unbelievable how fast they arrive, but also they're on time. They don't mess around with you. Okay, so then there is Protobite. Why Protobite? Because, again, I've studied the effects of people trying to do this on their own through Fiverr. I see it brings them nowhere. So here is the deal, okay? You and me try this out a few months and see how it works. Go on Fiverr, find yourself a designer to make yourself software. I don't think it's going to bring you anywhere. Maybe they'll design the first homepage. Maybe with some sort of picture, because with AI today you could try and do all that. But no, it won't bring you anywhere. The problem is, I've already tried it with many people. It didn't work. Telling you why? Because I went to Protobite right away and I realized they can do this in less than a few days. In 12 to 13 days, they managed to set me up a system that runs, that works. Yes, there are things that always work through, but he understands me. Hi, Machine Galat. 347-354-1237. That's Protobite. Okay, my friends, I wish you all a very, very good gebench to you. It's Elul now. Elul, you gotta chop yourself around, make kabulus, not to talk by davening, to Yom Tov and all that, all the good zachen that you heard throughout the week. And obviously my voice is on most of these ads, so I have to say this, and that's why I'm glad to be able to preach the message a little bit more for myself, just to remind myself. Have a good day, and we'll see each other Bez Hashem tomorrow, yes? I think Bez Hashem is work.
Your daily report of the news of the last 24 hours, powered by Yiddish 24, provided to you by The Click.